Hello everybody, welcome back for some more World of Warships. This is my first Sailout in the IJN Kawachi, which is being brought to you by the fact that the container I got last night from a 2000k XP container gave me a free port slot. Also, you see I have the Halloween camouflage on. This is not a normal camouflage, but I was playing the Halloween event, so there you have it. I really have zero idea on the Japanese battleships outside of the premium ones for the ARP Congos. So this might be a little entertaining. It also might be terrible. We'll see. Let's see what the max range is. I didn't put any upgrades on this ship yet, because honestly, I'm only using the Kawachi to get me to the carrier line, which is what this new port slot is going to be for. 9 kilometers. Oh my goodness.
Let's give them enemy force detected.
Me too.
Enemy destroyer detected. Attention, reporting a target position. Affirmative.
Well, alright. Can't quite reach. If the St. Louis gets out of my way, I can safely shoot at the Tenryu there, but... Tenryu. I always say Tenryu, but it's Tenryu. If the St. Louis doesn't totally just sail right in front of me, so I'm going to T-bone him. Hey, St. Louis! Alright. Can we reach? Just barely.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
Let's see what the... Those are pretty flat. Not too bad. See if we can maybe reach him with these, then we'll turn back. Ah, we're not going to be able to see him. Alright, fine. Oh, there we go. Here's a nice target.
Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes to starboard.
Just overshot him. Alright, we're going to turn around and run back here because those guys are getting awfully close up here. And most of them have torpedoes. There we go. Just a decent little hit. See if we can't get a good broadsides against this Tenryu here. Nope, you can't reach him. We can reach that Kelodon though. And we'll continue our turn back. Alright, we'll come back around. Come back around to port. Man, this is a whole different kind of gameplay. Not as maneuverable as I've perhaps gotten used to. Alright, let's see what we've got here. They've also fallen back a little bit, so it's not too bad. Got plenty of HP left. Try to get in and help with A here. Do a little toe-to-toe with the enemy. Alright, here we go. 8.3. Switching to AP. after we set him on fire. Reload is a bit slow, that's for sure. Oh dear. Alright, let's turn in towards him until we get a better reload here. Almost there, boys. Almost there. Ah, that's too bad. Not too bad. That did about a decent amount of damage. We're going to stick with AP for now. Try to get in on the point here. Keep putting shots at the Koenig Albert until something else makes me fire at something else. Let's see if we can't get a broadside on him here. This could be good. If I didn't miss my shot, it could be pretty darn good. No, not too bad. Probably could have been better, but it wasn't too bad. Oh, I think he's done for. Glad we turned in towards him there. Alright, what do we got here? We got a Kawachi out there who I thought for a moment was going to be AFK, but he's not. And we've got a Phoenix that I kind of need to worry about, because he could put some fire on me in a hurry. Iron Springs, look out. You are going to cross in front of me. You are a cruiser. Please don't make me slow down. Please don't make me slow down. I'm a big, slow battleship. Thank you for turn. Thank you. There we go. Got us a capture. Let's see if we can bring the guns to bear here. Come on, aft turret. We gotta wait all the way for the aft turret to turn because we're switching ammo after this. Come on, aft turret. Come on, I don't want to go much more broadside than we already are. Thank you. Well, too bad those didn't do anything. Ooh, that Isukaze is asking to get killed, which I'm pretty sure the Dane there is asking to deliver. Oh, so close. Bring it around to starboard, fellas. Nope. Scratch that. Scratch that. Stay the course. Now bring her to starboard. Stab it. Give me some hits. Oh dear.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Alright. We started the turn to starboard in enough time. We're gonna be okay.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Might have to shift back to port. No, we're alright. We're plenty far enough away.
Front.
Fire would be good here. Or any hit at all would be good here. Alright. Let's keep chasing him south. What do we got here? We got another Tenryu. And a Phoenix. The same Phoenix. Alright. Keep going. Chase him to the south. We've got a one-ship advantage on the enemy. This is going to be an interesting fight. Although it looks like we're going to lose that Danae down there, probably. Probably pretty quickly. There he goes. Ooh, and we lost to Campbelltown too. That kind of stinks. Anyway, if any of you ever had that question before, there's your answer. Oh, come on. Dang it. Huh, guess I didn't hit him at all. I guess I can't recover any health either. How we doing here? Pretty even. Those might have been... No, those might be alright. I thought they were too far behind, but... No, they're okay. Got his engine. Who do I want to shoot at next? 17 seconds of reload. Oh. Oh, crap. Crap, 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 crap.
Torpedoes, direct.
I don't have the guns. I don't have the guns. I don't have the guns for this. God dang it. Ah. Where is our team? Why are they so far north? Alright, we'll get the ending here and we'll come back for the final score here in a moment.
That was a great battle.
Well, that's going to do it. We're going to run out of time before these guys can finish off this Phoenix who keeps running. These guys were extremely cautious, to the point of it being very aggravating. They wouldn't crash. They wouldn't charge in when they had a 5-on-3 advantage or a 3-on-2 or a 3-on-1 advantage. And now we're going to run out of time. But at any rate, we're going to win. So a victory for the first battle in the Kawachi is nice. And there you have it. So here we have it. There's the score. Team score, about middle of the pack. Not the greatest battle I've ever had, and not the worst. I've certainly been dead last plenty of times. Damage was okay. Did almost no damage on the guy I killed because he had almost no damage. Wherever he went. There he is. Okay, maybe I did more damage than I thought. I must have hit him earlier. And here we are. Made enough XP to get a crate, so that's cool. That's what we were trying for. And, yeah. Not too bad. Alright guys, so for the second battle, This will be, the first battle was live commentary, and it was actually my no-kidding first sail out in the Kawachi at all. This is, that battle was yesterday, 26 October. Today, this battle I sailed today, 27 October, and this is, obviously going to be post-battle recorded commentary after the fact. So if you prefer my live commentary, watch the first half of the video, and if you prefer my post-commentary, watch this one. If you don't like either, then go watch somebody else, I guess. Anyway, so I kind of wish I'd spawned in the northern part, the northern group, because then there would have been, like, I would have had kind of an aim to sail for, as opposed to here, where I just kind of started slowly and sort of just waiting for the battle to develop. And waiting and hoping that my team is going to join me. I was looking around for the AAA here. I've got the B hull on the Kawachi, and there's supposed to be 4 AAA guns, so I was just searching for them here, trying to spot where they are. They're hard to spot if they're even... I'm sure they're visible, modeled somewhere, but they were really hard to spot. I never saw them. At any rate, watch my northern group here on our team and the direction they choose to sail south, and you'll see how that plays into the battle and kind of shapes the battle a bit. You'll see it as it develops. As I was saying, I just kind of started out slow speed here, just sort of waiting to see how the battle was going to turn, who was going to go where, and what the rest of our team down south was doing, and just trying to take a position there where I could sit back a little bit and hold our cap. And like I said in the chat, yes, of course everyone is going south. That's exactly what everyone should be doing, is going south. That's how you win this map when you have a battle, not a domination style. You rally at your own defensive capture point, and you knock out the first few guys that foolishly come in and try to attack it, and then you move out and push in as a group and take the other team's capture point. Or you at least defend in force. Either way, that's what you do. So notice we've got 1 cruiser and 1 battleship who are going to go in between, down the 3 line, in between the islands on the west side of that big island there, so they've got some cover. Whereas the other 4 guys, 3 cruisers and a battleship, are going on the eastern side of the island, and they're going to go down like the 5 line, the 5 column, and they are going to get just maimed and mauled as they do it, because they're completely exposed to the entire northern part of the other team. Plus, all the guys in the south on the other team who are sailing north have got free shots at them as well as they go. So that's unfortunate, and you'll see how badly we pay for that as they make their way down south, down the 5 line there. So we've got torpedo planes from the enemy carrier already moving in and going after our guys, but I don't know if they actually dropped on our battleship there, because it looks like they come back and attack somebody else up here. They might have turned around because they were getting shot up too badly. Looks like friendly fighters got on them. That's what happened. Okay, I didn't notice that during the actual battle. I was still figuring out where I was sailing. I think that's what happened, is the friendly fighters got on them and started chasing them away. But they do turn around at one point here, I'm pretty sure, and go back in and attack our guys sailing south. So you can see the cruisers spread themselves out of the northern group and are spread wide instead of hauling directly south as fast as they can. Our battleship and our cruiser, who made it down the south, down the western side, are safely into the friendly territory here. And we've got enemy contact in the southeast finally there, but he's a bit out of my range with the Kawachi. He is burning though, that's good to see. Alright, I guess the enemy torpedo planes must have actually fired on our battleship up there in E3, but I don't know if they damaged him or not. But yeah, it looks like they went home and landed, and they're going back for more. So I guess when I saw torpedo planes attacking again, they must have relaunched. Oh yeah, because now I noticed the carriers in the A column. I didn't see him during the active live gameplay. Okay, that makes more sense. So still trying to plug my way up into range to fire at all the enemy battleships over here, and you can see we've now lost... Both of the ships we've lost were 2 cruisers out of the northern group who sailed south on the eastern side of the island, And the third cruiser who's left is sailing right into the open jaws of the trap of the enemy team over in the eastern side in between those two islands. So the one Dene that we have left just charged right into the enemy full force instead of consolidating with the rest of us. So didn't really help us out much there. I'm heading up that way to initially engage and kind of blunt the enemy attack into our cap. And just let the guys know, hopefully if they're still in the battle, at least to take this path next time instead of the way that they did and get massacred all the way down. Rather unfortunate. So I finally got a target I can engage, a Caledon. Get pretty darn good hits on him there. Not too bad. Fire and what looked like... I don't even know what kind of incapacitation that was. I didn't really pay attention right here. Friendly planes are in for a torpedo attack. I'm going to continue trying to pour fire into him. Shot a pretty good warning shot across his, I guess, amidships there, unfortunately. Now, during this battle earlier today, I didn't know whether or not the Caledon had torpedoes. Also, this was a trick of the... I knew better. I knew that wasn't the Kuma, but I shot anyways because I couldn't wrap my brain around what I was seeing. That wasn't the marker off of him. And I know he's on the other side of the island, but anyway, I was afraid this Caledon had torpedoes, but luckily I put a pretty good shot into him and destroyed him with my HE rounds. And then I started a preemptive torpedo turn just in case. Now I know the Kuma has torpedoes because I used to have a Kuma. I didn't know if the Caledon had torpedoes until just now in the replay when I saw that Caledon right there torpedoed our other cruiser, making it 3 out of 3 cruisers lost on that group who sailed on the east side, so not a good way to go.
Torpedo to starboard.
So, the battle is pretty much developing. You can pretty much tell where it's going to go here, and who's coming where. And I notice on the minimap right about here that there is a cruiser coming in right on top of our carrier. So I'm going to turn and try to intercept him. It's another Caledon. And I'm just going to put the parting shots in on the Kuma that I can get and then try to run away. Get after and intercept the guy who's coming after our carrier over here in the east side. And I didn't notice in my haste to get shots up on the Kuma that I was getting torpedoed by torpedo bombers. I was lucky to only take 1 torpedo hit here, and even luckier that it didn't start a flood, so I didn't have to use my repair button, which was very nice. The 2nd squadron torpedo planes missed me behind, so not a problem. Now I still have time to put a shot up on this Kuma before I can get to that Caledon. And I did set him on fire earlier, so I'm not stealing a kill from anybody else here except for myself when I hit him with those shots. So, looking at the minimap now, there's battleships and other things coming down from the north, and our aircraft carrier is heading basically southeast. It's a very bad direction for him to go, and as soon as he clears that island, he's going to be in firing range of 2 battleships. So, while I'm trying to intercept the Caledon up here, coming after him, chasing after him, I'm just going to tell him, you need to turn south and just head directly south, because if you continue on the direction you're going, you're going to breach across the island and be wide open to multiple battleships firing at you, possibly 3, at least 2. And watch this here.
We destroyed an enemy cruiser.
I got a magazine strike on him with HE. That was pretty awesome. That was a extremely unexpected and extremely fortunate turn of events because I didn't have to waste any more time on him and I could focus on my energy on these battleships that were coming in. Thought for sure I was going to get torpedoed here, but I guess the enemy carrier player saw that he had his counterpart over here and went for him instead. Honestly, I thought he was toast here, just because the Hosho is fast, but it's not that kind of fast. And I thought he actually did really well here to only take 1 torpedo. So, good work there. Just Caledons everywhere. Everywhere I turn, there's Caledons. Kind of blew my shot on those, but I was trying to hurry it. A little sweep around and see where the battle's developing. It's not looking too good for us here. We're down quite a significant number of ships. Now watch this right here. My shots get there at just barely a second too late, and the St. Louis gets the kill. No problem there, but just remember that for later. I don't have any... I don't begrudge the St. Louis whatsoever, because that guy had almost no health left, and it definitely would have been sniping a kill. But there's a reason. So this other Caledon, speaking of Caledons and Caledons and Caledons, oh my, has only got 328 health. He's not on fire, he's not flooding, he's not anything. We've got no friendlies anywhere nearby, so I'm going to head down to intercept these guys, because they're on a path where they can come up and do a pincer move from the south and threaten our aircraft carrier as well. So I'm going to run away from those battleships up there a bit and head down here to intercept these guys, because the two guys we have left over there, the Kaiser and the other St. Louis, don't have a lot of health left either, and I'm in pretty good shape. So really, I need those two over there to try to run their way back to the cap, and so we can consolidate and hopefully focus fire on anybody coming into our cap, which is really the only chance we have. Going out solo and chasing after people one at a time, guns blazing, is just the fastest way to die when they focus fire us. So I'm a bit out of range from the Wyoming, but I know I've got this Caledon up here.
The enemy team has taken the
Closing within range. Our St. Louis just got buried. There's not much left for the South Carolina out there, and it's going to be me by myself here pretty soon, I'm pretty sure. So this is the cheapest of my kills for certain, but I can't very well just let a cruiser be out there all alone with his rate of fire and torpedoes being able to fire back, coming in, chasing into the cap, and pouring more shots into me, because I've got precious few chances to hit my damage control party. So our aircraft carrier is sending his torpedo planes out there after the Wyoming, which is perfectly acceptable. Let's whittle his health down while we've got the chance. And I fired a bit out too far in front of him, I think. But some of those shots looked like they were pretty good, so I guess they must have just RNG'd and scattered and sprayed all over him. Now watch this in the chat here. I'm still not entirely sure what to make of this. I think he was just jerking my chain a little bit because I had 4 kills, and that was more than anybody else on the team by obviously a fairly large margin. But I wasn't sure at first if he meant that I was way so far south that I wasn't in the fight. Which I was like, well, I'm down here defending our cap, so I don't know what you want out of me. So I just said, okay, back. And also I really didn't have time to get into a all conversation either with all these ships bearing down on me. And then he said he was just screwing with me because I had the 4 kills. So I think he was, honestly, but I wasn't really sure how to take it. And I was kind of focused on the battle too, so I probably wasn't really in a receptive mood to that kind of thing, but I don't know. At any point, if you're feeling like I should have been using AP instead of HE, my thought process here was the only real low-tier Japanese battleship I have is the Mikasa, and it's basically worthless to use AP with that. You just use HE for everything, and I figured the Kawachi and the Mikasa are so close to each other in capabilities and guns and stuff that I might as well just stick with HE. Plus, the fires at lower tiers probably are going to do a lot more damage, honestly, so that's what I went with. So I had to make a decision here on which target I was going to focus on first, and I ultimately chose the South Carolina right here because he was the one closest to our cap. There's 4 battleships bearing down on me, and it's really a matter of I'm going to try to take them one at a time and hope that they're scattered enough that I can deal with them as they come. I can see the HE on the, or the HP rather, on that Kaiser in the background, and I know that even the amount of health I have is just not going to be enough. But I'm certainly going to go down fighting here. So I'm telling our aircraft carrier here to go for the South Carolina because he's the one inside the cap. Lose one of my turrets. I don't want to burn my damage control party because I've just got to save it for... I've just got to save the damage control party for when I can, when I get set on fire. However, it seems everyone's firing AP rounds at me, which I actually did finally switch to here to see if I could get a good broadsides on the South Carolina. My secondaries open up, and I'm trying to determine who I want to shoot at, and I'm just getting bombarded here. I finally do get set on fire, use the damage control party because I don't really have time to wait for it. And I'm ultimately very disappointed here that my gun crews managed to shoot everything short of the battleship there and not hit him at all and just irradiated the ocean with AP shells and didn't get any good shots on there. Very disappointing. Certainly don't think I would have killed the South Carolina, but it would have been nice to put some big holes in him and maybe set up our carrier to actually attack him. And our carrier is still just focused in on the Wyoming way down in the south instead of the South Carolina that's actually taking our cap. So, that's it. That's all that's left. And remembering back to that Caledon that I talked about that I just barely missed, that would have been a Kraken if I'd have been able to hit him. But, oh well. So, yeah, I didn't even realize what tiers all the other battleships were. There was 3 tier 4s against, and a single tier 3 against my 1 tier 3, so I thought I did fairly well there for what I was able to do. I didn't kill anybody, but stood my ground, I guess. And check out the explosion here on the Hosho when the end credits screen freezes on him. It's pretty neat. It's one of the neatest rendered things I've seen. Right there. Pretty cool, I thought. And for some reason, I managed to not screen cap the damage breakout screen, so you don't get that one this time. But rest assured, all the kills were good except for the one guy with 328. He didn't have a whole lot of health. The rest of them I did pretty meaningful amounts of damage. So there's the score breakdown. 4 ship kills. My second or third 4-ship kill game. First place on my team, but not even good enough for like a 6th or 7th place on the other team. There's the score, the payout breakdown. I don't have the damage like I said, and that's it. So hope you guys like this. I'm grinding my way towards the Japanese aircraft carriers, and I hope to be bringing you some videos of them soon. Thanks for checking out this video. I'll see you guys next time.